back. So it's like now moving on to my lesson part. All right. So I'm going to share the screen as usual. Okay. Can you guys see my screen, right? Okay.
Exciting than a graph? Describing, you know what's more exciting than a graph? Describing it! Whee! Just kidding, they're not very exciting, but they are very useful. A graph looks like this. It's a great visual way to show us data and variables, and we see graphs everywhere. We see them at school, we see them at work, we see them in newspapers. So why do you need to know how to describe a graph? We use data, graphs, and analytics to talk about everything in our lives, from our gas bill to politics to crime rates. It's very, 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 very important that if you are a learner of English, you need to know how to describe what you see in a graph. We need more than just, oh, the numbers are going up or the numbers are going down, because it's very important that you're specific. And that is why we're here today, to talk about how we can describe these in English. So what I've done for this lesson, I've split it up in a few different categories. And these categories are related to the trends and how the numbers are going, how the lines are pointing. So I'm going to talk about words that you can use to describe when the lines are going up, words that you can use to describe when the lines go down, when they remain the same, and then of course we'll have a practice. So what can we use if we see the numbers going up? Well, first of all, we can use rise. So you can say that the numbers are rising or the numbers rose. So this can be like going steady little by little, or they can go a lot. Gas prices rose significantly in the last quarter. Another word is increase, and this is, again, it's just like rise, they're synonyms. You can say the numbers are rising or the numbers are increasing. You can use either. Now, another word for going up is soared or soaring. This is a little different because it implies going up significantly and fast. It's a sudden increase. You have to use it if the numbers kind of just shot up. The use of electricity soared last month as temperatures dropped. Okay, so now let's talk about how to describe numbers that are going down. Of course, if you want to use a general term for numbers going down, you can always say decreased, and this is very general. If you want to be safe and you're not exactly sure of the trend of the numbers, you can always say decreased. Well, how about if the numbers are kind of steadily going down? Well, for that you can use decline, because a decline implies kind of a change in numbers going down over time. Another kind of general term would be drop. This, just like decreased, can be suddenly or it can be a little more steadily. But one thing is for sure, they're going down. The crime rate dropped last year. Now, to get a little bit more dramatic, we can say fall. The numbers or the sales or whatever, they fell. Now, this is more of a sudden decrease. When the numbers are falling, it's a little bit more than just a slight decrease. If you see a very sudden decrease, then you can say that the numbers plummeted. It means that they went down far and quick. The company's stock plummeted after the CEO resigned. Now, be careful when you use these words, because while some can be very general, like decreased or dropped, a word like plummeted can only be used when you see a very big change in the graphs. It's a very, very good word to know, especially when you're describing graphs. Okay, now there's another category that I want to talk to you about, and this category is if you see the numbers kind of go up and down and up and down and up and down. So if you see the numbers go like that, you have two choices. The first one is fluctuated, and the next one is zigzag. So fluctuated really means when the numbers are going up and down. The difference is that they don't have to go up and down a lot. It just means that they are doing this back and forth. So they can go up and down a lot, or they can go up and down a little. So we say that they are fluctuating or that they fluctuated. Now, zigzag is a little bit different, because when you see numbers that zigzag, they have that zigzag pattern, which means that the fluctuations are really, really big. There's a really big difference between the high and the low points. So because of the nature of this graph, like just going like that, I wouldn't say it's very common. But if you see a graph that goes exactly like that, you can say that it's zigzags. You don't hear it very often because mostly fluctuations are not that high. Her blood pressure fluctuated wildly before she became ill. Okay, so how do we describe a graph that looks kind of like a line? If we want to be more specific, when numbers kind of remain the same, because this is also very important to be able to do. So for example, if the numbers stay the same, we can say that the numbers remain constant, stay the same, or leveled off. Or we can say that the numbers or the sales or whatever stabilized. And this one, the last one, stabilized, you can only really use it when the numbers before were fluctuating, they're going up and down, and then eventually they kind of became constant. So it has an implication of before they weren't stable, but now they stabilized. The economy finally stabilized after years of fluctuation. So now that I've given you a lot of different verbs to use in describing these graphs, how can we be even more specific? Of course, we can use adverbs. So adverbs help us be even more specific or describe a trend even more closely. We can use adverbs such as gradually or dramatically or steadily or even significantly next to our verbs to kind of give us a little bit more of an accurate description. So I've given you so many different kinds of words that you can use because I want you to be more specific when you write or when you express what you're seeing, but also because it's a little bit redundant if you keep using the same word. So please, please, please don't keep saying, oh, the numbers are rising, the numbers are rising. I want you to be able to be more specific and be able to use a lot of different ways, which is why I've given you this vocabulary. Now, I've given you a lot of great information. It's time to put it to use and practice.
Okay, now, so yes. So any questions so far? All right. So it's like this one. It's like because like I mentioned you guys that I'm going to cover a lesson on the statistics on how we can describe them. So it's like here we have this one. So presentation on statistics. So it's like for the first sentence, it's important to note that you do not have to describe everything. Describe those in the chart, but then it's just that you are going to pick out and describe only the relevant details. ပြောလို့ကောင်းမဲ့ဟာအရေးကြီးတယ်လို့ထင်တဲ့ဟာမျိုးကိုပဲ we're going to pick them out. All right, so maybe the highest, the lowest, or major differences, or anything that is interesting. I think it's obvious. All right, so moving on, this one is like the thing that I'm going to use it as an example for today. So this one, okay, so like everyone look very carefully now. So this one is the UK in the United Kingdom. All right, for the telephone calls. All right, and the time is from 1995 to 2002. Okay, so here 1995 to 2002. All right, so it's like with minutes and billions. So like here the call type. All right, so see my pencil now. Local fixed line. So this one is the local phone calls. Okay, so this graphs. All right, these are the local phone calls. Okay, and then this one, the second one, national and international fixed line. So the second one, this one. Okay, this one is the national and international fixed like phone call, so it's a fixed line. And the last one, which is in black, okay, so mobile. All right, this one. So like what kind of like trend, it's like we call it trend, we can see from like studying the graph. Okay, this is one question we can like ask when we're doing presentation on that statistics. Okay, so here firstly we try to make sure that we describe it. We describe the statistic, and here in this case, it's the bar chart. Okay, so we try to like give the reader a general picture of what content we're going to cover. So it's like we have a general description on the bar chart. So it's like first we say like, okay, so I'm going to pick one. Henry, you there? If Henry is not there, I'm going to pick Reco. Are you there? Oh, okay, Mama Tata. Mama Tata, can you read the first, okay, the first very, like the first sentence from the bar chart to like 2002? Can you read it, please?
Yes, okay. The bar chart shows the time spent on three different kinds of folklore in the United Kingdom over a period of 8 years, starting in 1995 and ending in 2002.
Yeah, so that's true. Okay. So it's like this one is a very general one of what is the bar chart about. Okay. So bar chart ka ba le sura in description လေးပဲ you generally ပဲပြောလိုက်တယ် Okay. So it's like it shows နဲ့သုံးတယ် time spent because like it's uses in minutes, right? So it's like the time, okay? The time spent on three different kinds of phone. What are the three things? Local, national, international, and mobile. Three different calls. Where is it? It's in UK. Where can we know from here, right? UK. Over a period of 8 years. This one is kind of like an overview, okay? So period of 8 years, 1995 to 2002, 8 years, starting in like that, okay? This one is an overview. And then, like, we're going to describe it, like, we're going to, like, narrow down, all right? So, the second one, in 1995, so we're going to start with the first one. Local calls. Local call is this one, right? So this one. Local calls where, okay, we use the past tense. By far. By far is kind of like an expression, common expression, which you can use, okay? By far, the most common type of phone call in the UK. All right, common type. With more than 70 billion minutes recorded on this chart. So it's like it has 70. So like more than 70, okay? So we described this one, 1995, all right? So we already described for the local, right? At the time it was popular, okay? And then moving on to the next one. And then we're going to describe about national and international calls, this one. What do we, like, because like in the video, we learned that like we're not only going to use the verb only. We're going to use some adverbs here. Steadily, we use steadily, all right? And we can also use like slightly, all right? So these kinds of adverbs could like act as an intensifier, so like put more meanings, okay? This is what you already learned it in the video we watched earlier, okay? So grew steadily. National and international fixed line is this graph, this bar chart, so this one. So it's like we can see that it increases, right? This one increases, right? Very steadily. Steadily, we can use other adverbs like gradually, all right? So grew steadily. We're not going to say, we can just say grew, but then we add adverb steadily, okay, to act as an intensifier. So grew steadily over the recorded 8 years. So it's like for 8 years, okay? From about half the popularity of local calls to only slightly less in 2002. Right. And then mobile phone calls. So first in the like previous slide, we covered about the local, the second national, international, and the third one, the last one, mobile, right? So mobile phone calls, however, grew tenfold. Tenfold, another word for 10 times. 10 times means into 10, multiplication, multiply by 10. 10fold, okay? Another word, okay, grew tenfold from about 4 million. So we can use like from and then to, from about 4 billion minutes. So this one, 1995, start from like only, okay, 1995 ma like it just started from 4 million minutes 4 billion sorry here 4 billion minutes for the mobile to more than 40 billion 2002 it has right so here more than 40 billion minutes okay Mai so that's it okay so any questions so far on this one if not I'm going to move to the next one
Can I ask question?
yeah yes
This diagram, yes, this diagram show rising down and falling two ways,
Mama,
or maybe you,
can you repeat it please beg your pardon
okay. ဟိုကလေဒီ diagram ပြတာကလေအပေါ်ကနေအောက်ဆင်းတာတစ်ခုနှစ်ခုမဟုတ်လားမသိဘူး
မမဟိုဘယ်ဟာလဲဘယ်ဟာကြတာလဲညီမလေးကိုဖြည်းဖြည်းပြန်ပြောပါလား
Okay.
ဟုတ်
I mean this standard show national and international and also local. Yeah.
yes yes so
Yes. One is falling down. One is falling rising up, and one is falling down. Yeah. I think it's a little confusing. Yeah.
ဘယ်ဟာ falling down လဲမမဘယ်ဟာ fall တာလဲ national international က fall တာကိုပြောတာလားဘယ်ဟာ fall တာလဲမမ local က
national
လား
international. Oh, look at rising. Oh, look at rising. Oh.
မမအခုပြောတာ national national international ပြောတာလားမမ
ဒီနှစ်ခုလည်းမတော့ကွယ်လို့
ရှင်းရှင်း
နောက်ဆိုင်နေလေ
မသမီး
နောက်ဆိုင်နေလေ
I mean I actually please speak very slowly I cannot understand your accent your Burmese accent
Yeah, it's okay.
ပြန်ပြော
Because it's a little confusing between two points, like rising or falling, because there are only three points.
actually
Yes.
national နဲ့ international က like အားကြောင့်မလို့ steadily လို့ပဲပြောတာမှာဒီဟာကတော့မှန်တယ်ဒီလို curve သွားနေတာ curve သွားနေတာ steadily ဆိုတာကလေမှန်မြင်ဖြည်းဖြည်းနဲ့မှန်မှန်ပဲသွားနေတယ်လို့ပြောတာ because like national နဲ့ international မှာဒီလောက်ဒီမှာဆိုရင် तू ကဒီလောက်လေးပဲတက်သွားတယ် and then ဒီမှာဆိုလဲတော်တော်နည်းနည်းလေးပဲတက်တယ်ဒီမှာဆိုလဲနည်းနည်းပဲပေါ့နော်ဒါလည်းနည်းနည်းပဲအဲ့လိုလေးပဲတက်သွားတယ်ဆိုတော့ဒီမှာတော့ဒီလိုဟုတ်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ Yolanda တို့ရေပူရအားအနေနဲ့ဆိုဒီလိုမျိုးတက်သွားတယ်ဆိုတော့ဟိုနည်းနည်းလေးပဲတက်တော့ like we just say steadily အရင်ဟိုပေါ့နော်တီးတီးတတာကြီးတက်သွားတယ်ပေါ့နော်for example like we have like this one and then this one ဆိုရင်ဘာပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်နှစ်ခုကြားထဲမှာ increase ကတော်တော်များတယ်ဆိုရင်တော့ my drawing is weird so it's like if like the increase the rise in the number is very significant we say like အရင် significant တိတာတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒါကြတော့ဖြည်းဖြည်းလေးနဲ့မှန်မှန်လေးပဲသွားတာပေါ့နော် so it's like slightly okay မမရဲ့ question ဘာလဲမသိလည်းမသိဘူးမမပြန်ပြောသမီးဖြေလိုက်ရလားမသိ
ဖြေတာတော့မှန်တယ်
okay
ဘာဖြစ်လို့ဆိုတော့ဖြေတော့လို့
okay
okay
ဟုတ်
ရပါပြီအဖြေ
okay ဒီဟာဆို like အဲ့အကြောင်းလို့ Yolanda တို့သုံးတာ steadily အနေနဲ့သုံးလိုက်တာ adverb မှာadverb မဟုတ်ရင်အကယ်၍ဒါတိတိတတ်တာလုံးဝကြီး big jump ပေါ့နော် very significant ဖြစ်ရင်ဥပမာ40ရှိရနေပြီး2ဆလောက်တက်သွားမယ်ဥပမာ80လောက်ထိတက်သွားမယ်ဒီမှာဆိုရင်ကြတော့တို့တွေဘယ်လောက်ပဲတက်တဲ့ဟို40အောက်လောက်ပဲရှိတယ်နောက်တစ်ခါ40ကြော်40မသိမ်းမရင်းလောက်ပဲရှိတယ်40 and like under 40 and above 40 it's just like very little right the difference is very little so it's like it's just not significant increase but then it just grew steadily okay so yeah I think it answers all right so like comes to our conclusion okay so like one thing I would like to announce before going any further is that like today will be like the very last class with me because like I'm going to take a break from running the workshop. Actually, like there is another workshop, right? So it's like, please stick to your mentors, right? But for me, for my session, this one is going to be the very last one. So far, is there any question you would like to ask? Okay, this is Sheila. All right, so it's like just one announcement, okay, because like Yolanda's having so many majors, and like I have an internship to go, that's why. So like, but then I will still continue to volunteer running workshop during my holidays and my term break. Okay, so yeah, but so far today will be your last class with me. Okay, and like with other session regarding the speaking workshop, it will be according to your mentors. Okay, I mean, this announcement is only related to me only, to Yolanda only. Okay, now. All right, so any question on this matter?
Uh, can you also volunteer for the writing workshop that teacher Eddie ran? Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm in. I'm in. I'm in.
Oh,
I'm in.
yeah.
I'm the team leader, but I'm the team leader, but not the peer mentor. Team leader. So peer mentor is going to assist you. Team leader is like on top of the peer mentor. So yeah, but then actually I'm going to I can volunteer you, but then for this semester because Yolanda IT young like I've got more major subject, and then I'm starting my internship. That's why. So yeah, but then you guys
Yeah.
ask me any help, okay, if you guys need. All right, and I will still volunteer for this workshop if during my free time and during my holiday. Okay, now, so this announcement only related to my session only now. So the other one, it depends on your mentors. Okay, all right, so okay, so Katie, presentation feedback, everything is good. But then it will be better if you practice more in front of the mirror. All right. And then practice. And then conversational tone ဖြစ်အောင်လို့အတန်နေတန်ထားလေးနဲ့ပို့ပြီးတော့လုပ်ပေးပါ Kitty. And then I really love the techniques that you guys use. Okay. And then what else do we need? Oh, in the statistics session that I just covered, right? So because I'm not going to blame you guys because you guys haven't learned that, right? So use more adverbs, right? Kunara Yolanda use more adverbs, and then yeah, so kuna grow steadily, gradually, significantly. Kuna video, so Yolanda link chabi me. Actually, that statistics are not only in presentation, but it's also in IELTS, tax 1, because like you guys are learning with Ajarn Eddie for the writing part, IELTS writing part, academic writing, which is tax 2, and that statistic, like because I taught you guys on how we can speak, right? But then the same goes for the similar ideas goes for the writing part, and then in IELTS for tax 1 writing, we have to describe that statistics. So actually, like you guys, it's beneficial for both of your speaking and writing. All right, so yeah, as I already practice လုပ်ပေးနေတာ academic writing ကို tax number 2 ကိုလုပ်ပေးတာခုန Yolanda ပြောတဲ့ statistic က IELTS tax 1 မှာပါတာ okay နာ so and then other TOEFL လို့ပါတော့မှာလဲ Yolanda IELTS လည်းဖြည့်ရ TOEFL လည်းလုပ်တယ်ဆိုတော့ TOEFL ထဲမှာလည်းအဲ့ဒီ statistics လေးတွေကိုစကားပြောရတာပါတယ် so yeah, anyway, speaking, whether it be speaking or writing, it's going to be good. All right, okay, and wait, so actually I have one more, just wrapping up. So yeah, this one is the conclusion. So like it's just like actually you guys already know it. Thanks a bunch, Katie and everyone. So like here is the criteria. You already know it. I already covered last week. Okay, so like content, coherence, speaking skills. All right, so like it covered everything. I think you all know it. Okay, and then here is the language fluency ဆိုတော့ခုနကဘာလေးလို့လဲဆိုတော့ presentation မှာဘာတွေလို့လဲဆိုတော့ စကားကိုတစ်ခါတစ်ခါထပ်ပြီးတော့မပြောဘဲနဲ့ it will be better if like you guys have smooth transition, okay, smooth ဖြစ်နေပိုကောင်းတယ် I mean so far so good, will be better. All right, actually if you guys want to improve, like just practice more and listen to more videos and listen how people do. Okay, and then clear articulation and proper volume. I think you guys could improve more on your enthusiasm and confidence. Okay, all right, so that one. And then language ကခုန sentence structure မှာဆို Yolanda ရှေ့မှာပြောလိုက်တဲ့ vocabulary တွေ sentence structure ဆို Yolanda video ထဲမှာ share လုပ်ပေးလိုက်တဲ့ vocabs လေးတွေ like you know steadily, slightly, and other adverbs. Okay, so you can use it. All right, you guys learn many things. Tenfold. Okay, tenfold means sesa. All right, so like those things, kind of vocabularies. And then sentence structure is like, okay, mama tata, you use like advantages, disadvantages, go mama introduce pros and cons, go introduce milkima, like you kind of like introduce it. All right, so like you can also use some sentence structures like while. All right, so wait, so like although, maybe although, those words, right? Although, even though, those kind of like connecting words. All right, and then fluency, it's good. All right, but then you guys should avoid pauses. All right, and then it's organized today, engaging today, good reasoning, it's good. All right, so I think this is the end. So any questions so far, Miss Yashila, Gong Long?
What should I need to prepare for improving presentation from today?
Mama, I think it will be better if the like sentence structure, improve low sentence structure down there. Not only just using simple sentence structure, you could use like while, although, so it's like advantages, disadvantage, although they are like disadvantages of eating fast foods, although they are, or even though, maybe despite the fact that fast foods are dangerous to our health, it is obvious that fast food, we cannot deny the fact that fast food brings so many convenience, like its time-saving benefits. Okay, so it's like despite, although, တော့ပြင်မဲ့လေဒီလိုမျိုးတော့ပေးပြင်မဲ့လေဆို sentence ကိုနှစ်ခုဆက်လိုက်တာ while, okay နာ despite, while, so အဲ့ဒါလေးကိုဘယ်လိုပဲနားလေးလာမလဲဆိုတော့ဒီလိုပဲစာရေးများဖတ် and then yeah သူများဘယ်လိုပြောလဲကြည့် and then you just like Yolanda roll it a little bit. Okay, so yeah. Any more questions?
No question. Yes, thank you.
Miss Yashidila, and then Chosan, you there? Chosan Shila? If Chosan is not here, and any other person who want to ask? Okay, then let's take a photo together. Can everyone turn your camera on? Let's take a photo. Kitty, Chris, Rachel, Meow, Fawn, Henry, Heaven, Katie, Chris, Mia, Reco. Alright, Kitty Ale chobare kwe. Vivo, who is Vivo? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me take a photo. Okay. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, another shot. Okay. Cheese. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye. See you, everyone. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Ừ.
Bye bye.